Well, hello to you all. Tis I, Shorty McPissy Pants.
Yeah, so one thing we didn't know when hiring Nick Spicy is that he has a condition.
And I tell you, today is a special day celebrating the luck of the Irish.
And that condition is apparently every March, something flips a switch and he self-identifies as a freaking leprechaun. Yeah, he's basically a pain in the fucking ass.
Nick is a goddamn war hero. And here at Grunt Style, we support our veterans no matter what state they're in. Also, as a pre-existing condition, it does come with some very lucrative tax breaks.
Hey, Oscar Boyle, what do you call it when a leprechaun sharts? A lucky streak. Boom. Leprechaun, bitch. Oh, me undies. Blarney. Oh, you know, I eat the cabbage and it goes right through me.
And the whole luck of the Irish thing?
I think you need a little luck of the Irish. Time for some Irish culture, you corporate vultures.
That's fun. It's basically him just peeing. He's not magical. He's mentally ill. Possibly physically ill too. I mean, haven't you seen his pee?
How about now?
He had the desktop one off. Are
we good now? Oh, and there goes all our listeners. Oh, well, anyways, that was 21 Gun Podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Oh, man. The primary desktop one has to stay up.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. I just hit the wrong button. So, shall we start from the very, very beginning for the third time? Take 3. This is beautiful. This is called Live, people. And if you let it shake you, then the whole rest of the show will be all screwed up. Hey, look at last time it was your computer.
That's true. This is why we have alcohol.
It was your computer. That's right. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Pretend none of this happened, right? Everyone, I see you out there. This didn't happen. We're going to start from the very beginning. Ready? Hey, folks, welcome to the 21 Gun Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Sullivan. With us tonight is producer Jeremy. Do you know what your actual title is? I looked it up. When you do production stuff, you're a PA. Strange, but you're a production assistant. So put that on your resume. I was a production assistant for award-winning podcast, the official podcast of the Irreverent Warriors. Do you know what dawned on me?
We couldn't tell?
Do you know what dawned on me today? Yeah, you couldn't tell that we were award-winning? Hey, look, I got that award for my pre-recorded NPR-style interviews. This live shit, this is flab out of the seat of your pants. It's completely different. Here's the thing with live, guys, and we'll move on because this is completely not interesting to listen to. But when you're talking live and you're on like a time constraint and everything, and they're like, we gotta go. Shit like this happens, so we just roll with it. It's fine. Everybody's happy. No one's upset. It dawned on me when I was putting my notes together for this show that 2 days ago was May 11th. I celebrate May 11th every year. That's when they killed bin Laden, and I believe it was the 10-year anniversary. I believe it was
10 years.
Yeah, so it was 5/11/11.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 10 years,
Bro.
but yeah, totally missed it. And for that, and actually, if you look back here, Time Magazine with, can you see that? It's kind of small
they
now,
called it
but
National Shot in the Head Day.
do they really?
Yeah.
Well, there's bin Laden, and that's Rob O'Neill's signature underneath it. The man that killed bin Laden with his team is right there. So he's kind of part of this podcast today. So to Rob O'Neill, thank you, sir, for taking out the garbage on behalf of America. We used to do.
Truly.
I know. I'm drinking a Truly. Let's not talk about that. I was feeling a little chubby. I was getting chubby, so I decided that I was going to cut down. Never mind. Anyways, so we have Mali. This is what I know. I had to think about it.
Mali.
Mali.
It's not Bali. It's Bali.
But it's ALI. So anyways, we have Mali. I can never get that right, ever. It's a glitch in my
funny
head.
Enough, I tell him all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I even said it like on the way out, like, hey, man, it's going to be Mali.
Show him. Bring him up. We got Mali Domek-Hernandez.
Hernandez, fucking.
All right. Hey, listen. Quiet in the studio. We have Mali. This show has fallen apart from the very beginning. What are you going to do? Anyways, we have Mali Domek-Hernandez in studio. You might recognize him from the Raleigh hikes. You might recognize him from, I think that's it. You've only been with Reverend Warriors for a little over a year, right? He's wearing all his Pittsburgh. He's wearing wanted posters. He's wearing all his Pittsburgh gear because he is the Pittsburgh coordinator, and we will talk about that soon because we have a Pittsburgh hike coming up. We have a great show for you tonight. We have Dan Eric from Grunt Style. So we're all wearing our Grunt Style gear. I believe, Jeremy, you're wearing some Grunt Style. Are you wearing some Grunt Style over there? Can't see. It's just a gray shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Community,
Yeah.
baby.
We're all sporting Grunt Style to support our friends over there. They're helping us out a lot. We actually even have the Grunt Style patch back there.
He just refers to be called Dan from Grunt Style. Just want to throw that out there. So when he comes on, be like, hey, it's Dan from Grunt Style.
Just Dan from Grunt Style.
Just leave it at that.
All right. That's what we'll do. Here's a question. And so I bring this up a lot. We'll get into your backstory, obviously, because there's folks who have seen that. And I mean, if there's a Navy SEAL in the room, every question you ask him is going to be about being a Navy SEAL. Mm-hmm. If we had Frank here, and of course, the conversation delves into race relations and what are we supposed to do? So we have a recovering alcoholic, someone who's in recovery.
Yeah.
And the questions for some reason always go to that. It's just, I think it's just you find something that makes a person interesting or different, you talk about it. So with that said, and I know we've brought this up, it feels funny to sit here and drink and partake in front of a guy. And I know you said that it's no big deal. It's like, whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't care. Yeah, that's what y'all do, and
yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
I guess it would kind of be like having sex in front of a priest, which only
depends on your age.
Or if the priest is having sex with you, maybe. I don't know.
Because it's like, okay, it feels weird. Feels like my wedding night all over again.
Uneventful. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
That's funny. He's been on our show in the past, though. If you check out episode 48 from last August, we talked about the process of recovery. I thought it was a really good show. We have a lot of folks. I see you guys on Facebook putting your 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, whatever sobriety.
I got something really dope to show you.
Oh, look at this. We got a coin.
So this.
Let's see if we can get it up there.
Yeah, we can see it.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
So this is from Jackie. This is from my 2 years.
Talk closer to the mic, but go ahead.
This is from Jackie. This is from my I'm just kidding. This is from Jackie. This is for my 2 years, and it's actually Veterans in Recovery. So
oh, cool.
That was really cool, and it's got the third step prayer on there. But
Nice.
A big gift from her, and I really appreciate it.
Very nice. Very nice. We'll get into all that stuff here in a few minutes. Something else I noticed, and I'm going to keep this trend going, is that you've killed the trend, actually, Jackie. I was going to say the couch has been heavily bearded. Last week was a pretty good beard. Frank's beard is obviously very nice. Yes. Your beard, and then I'm allowed to sit on it. We got young Jeremy here, who he's still learning how to shave.
I can't, man. I
can't grow a beard.
No, dude. I have nerve damage, so I don't feel like waking up in the middle of the night or in the morning with a scratched face covered in blood. I don't do that anymore. So, like, literally nerve damage. It's that bad. I will scratch in the middle of the night till I bleed.
So the beard should help you. It gives you a little bit of protection.
You get that tickliness, and then in the middle of the night, I'll just rub my face on the pillow.
People always ask me, they say, does your beard make you hot in the summertime? I say, no, my beard makes me hot all the time. Boom. Anyways, Jeremy, we don't know where he came from. He was kind of like a kitten that shows up on your front porch. He just wanted milk. I gave it to him. He says he's Army, says he's Marines. We don't know. He's one of the two.
Can you milk me, Brad?
I think he's actually I think he's actually like Mr. Ripley, the talented Mr. Ripley. And they're gonna find me dead in here from a stab wound from a paddle.
All the liquor gone.
Yeah. Who do we have this week coming up on the 20th? We have the EOD Warriors Foundation. It's going to be a really cool show. We're going to talk all sorts of EOD. EOD, there you go. Perfect example. Someone says they're EOD. All you want to do is talk about bombs with them.
Frank.
Yep. Frank, EOD Frank. That's what I call him. So that's going to be cool. On the 27th, we have people from the Veterans Administration coming on to talk about their PTSD and COVID apps. We also, this one's really cool. We have Andrew Biggio. So that night's going to be really packed because we have two main guests. Andrew Biggio, he'll correct us, obviously. He's going to talk about his upcoming book called The Rifle. Basically, he's been going around and talking to World War II veterans about the great M1 Garand. And he's actually had, I think, like 100 people. If you Google Andrew Biggio, Biggio, The Rifle, you'll see it. And it's signed by like all these old school badasses, including Herschel Williams. Ooh. Is it Williams? Yeah, Herschel Woody Williams. And so my friend Scott Husing, who, Jeremy, you met him.
Yes.
We met Scott.
Nice guy.
Met him in Nashville.
Okay. Yeah. He just sent me a picture. Herschel signed an M1. I believe it's an M1. All I could see was like this receiver. But he signed an M1. Herschel signed it, and they're going to be raffling that off. And we'll find out more about that on the 27th. So that would be an awesome. I mean, come on. I want an M1 to begin with.
I would too.
Have one from a Medal of Honor recipient. The guy chucking flames. Herschel is he's the famous cool, but you're not cool as Woody Williamson chucking flames on Iwo Jima meme that's been going around. So that would just be something great.
Just want to let you know we have Daniel in the back room.
All right, cool. Glad that he hopped into the green room after the shit show that just occurred.
Right.
We have upcoming hikes. We have 3 dates with 7 hikes. The first one is May 22nd, Knoxville, Tennessee. If you want to find out about that, check out last week's episode. Was it last week? We had someone on. Yeah, I can't remember names. What's his name?
Oh, my Lord.
Billy Johnson Burger. He was on to talk about that. May 29th, we have Spokane, Washington. Hey, Spokane, I've sent you an email. Get back to me. I want to get you on the show. Pittsburgh, PA, we already talked about it. Mali will be discussing the ins and outs of that. May 29th, my old stomping ground, Milford, Massachusetts. Milford. This is where my entire family's from. They're up in that area. You got to learn how to say it. In fact, Milford is probably the epicenter of the Boston accent. I mean, it is 100%. It's actually worse there than it is in downtown Boston, southern New Hampshire. So hold on a second. Let me take a sip of my beer. Oh, it's a Truly.
He said beer. That's a reason why.
Water. Yeah. Milford. Water. June 12th, we have Wilmington, North Carolina. We're going to have Matthew, don't call him Matt, James Reeves, in studio to talk about that one. There might be a surprise announcement. I'm not going to blow up anyone's spot, but that will be interesting to have him here, and maybe someone else will be here. June 12th, we have Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Say the name. Who else?
And June 12th, Galveston, Texas. Texas? I know, that cat's out of the bag. I'd still like to play that. What else? We talked about Scott Husing. We talked about... Oh, we didn't talk about this. This one I need to bring up to everybody because Jeremy has gone woke. Jeremy has gone woke. He keeps telling me. He says, you got to check out this movie. It's called... Hold on, I wrote it down. It's the Michael B. Jordan movie, Without Remorse. He's like, you got to check
I
out
didn't
this
go
movie.
woke. I got past the woke.
He's like, you got to see this.
Watch it.
It's so awesome. And then he said, I kid you not, he said these words. He said, it's the most empowering movie I've ever seen.
You're a fucking hold on. I'm going to bring up
Can
our
I mute
chat
him?
real fucking quick.
So anyways, so I watch it, get within the first 10 minutes. And I'm not going to say why it's woke because I'll upset people, but it's woke. And so I'm like, okay, I can't watch it. So I stop. And then I'm like, dude, this movie sucks. He's like, no, give it a good try. Give it a good try. I get back into it. I couldn't do it. I maybe made it 2 minutes longer.
So I have a question for you. Did you watch G.I. Jane?
Yes, but that's when I was woke. That came out when I was in college. I was woke in college. I since have gone back to sleep.
But you're an officer. You're still kind of woke.
If you don't, negative. If you don't want to watch woke BS though, if you don't want to watch woke BS, I've seen some great movies lately, and I want to talk about this one because it was so freaking good. I grew up with Van Damme, right? Literally, he was my neighbor. I grew up with Chuck Norris, who by the way has a grizzly bear carpet in his house. Yeah, it's not dead; it's just afraid to move. I grew up with Arnold. I grew up with Rambo. Oh no! I'm not going to use that yet. Yeah. Grew up with Rambo. So it's like my benchmark for movies is cheesy explosions and non-wokeness. So did I even leave it here? I guess I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't put the can you look it up here or maybe one
Boss
Level.
Right here.
Check out the movie Boss Level. So good, beginning to end. No woke bullshit. It's got Frank Grillo, who's just cool in general. He's just a cool dude. And he plays, well, it's hard to give anything away, but it's one of those loop, like I'm stuck in a loop and you wake up and it's the same day over and over again. But every time there's no build up to it. The second he wakes up, make sure you turn the volume down so you don't kinks us. But he wakes up every morning and it's like the second he wakes up, wham, wham, wham. Everyone's trying to kill him throughout the whole movie. So the only time there's a break in the action is when he's sleeping and they show this kind of like little thing how he goes back to sleep. Very good, very Kill Bill.
I saw this
Did you?
trailer. Yeah, I saw
the trailer.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it till a podcast I listened to was talking about it. I'm like, well, now I got to find it. And I think I had to rent it, but whatever, man. Check this out. Oh, and we have, of course, Mel Gibson, who's just awesome lately. Speaking of Mel Gibson, pull this one up. Number 2, The Fat Man. I saw this. I rented this with my father-in-law. This is Mel Gibson. No wokeness in this one. Check this out.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Now you see that and you're like, who is this guy? Is he like a mobster? No,
I mean, possibly.
No.
I mean, you know
no,
that,
right? Wait, listen for a second.
Kids with a deer rifle put 2 holes in the sleigh, one in me. All I have is a loathing for a world that's forgotten.
He's Santa Claus.
Yo.
He plays Santa Claus and like the army shows up and they want him to like take out bad guys. It's pretty freaking awesome.
One of my also favorite
that
actor.
guy's what's his name?
Yeah.
Walter Goggins. Hey, look at that. So if you guys want to watch non-wokeness, awesomeness, so far we have Boss Level and we have The Fat Man, both fantastic. And the third I saw, pull up number 3. This one I rented on a whim. I thought these movies were gone.
My girlfriend and I just watched this the other day. This is really good.
So good, right?
He plays Russell Crowe. He plays an excellent. Let me turn this down.
Turn it down a little bit.
He plays an excellent villain.
Look at him. He should be in The Fat Man.
This is
he
like
looks so different. That was a Gladiator.
This is like when I told people don't follow somebody home. This is like to the next fucking level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always tell my wife, don't honk your horn at someone. Someone pisses you off, don't honk your horn unless they're about to hit you and you got to kind of snap them out of it. Other than that, people will go crazy. So anyways, he plays like I guess you would call it a bad guy who just snaps and just starts murdering everyone. And it's basically she's running away from being murdered the entire movie. Really good. Yeah, it's kind of like Falling Down. It's really good.
See, Ruggy said.
So there you go.
Hi, Ruggy.
Yeah, he's going to be on the show in a few weeks. So there you go. I guess I wanted to bring up the fact that Jeremy's gone woke, and there's some non-woke.
See, again, it's not so much about being woke. It's getting past that little tidbit, and then just there for the action.
All right,
I've heard that before.
I just got to be. All right, let's pull up Mali and put him on the hot seat. Mali, did I say it right this time?
Yes.
I can't figure. So for those who don't know you, Mr. Mali.
I don't think there's anybody that doesn't know me.
Could be a few people. No. Anyone watching who doesn't know Mali? Remind us when, where, why, all the good stuff about your service in the U.S. Marine Corps.
So I joined the Marine Corps in 2007. It was my senior year of high school. Went to boot camp in July.
East Coast, West Coast?
Of course, East Coast.
Okay.
Where the real Marines are made.
Damn right.
Paris Island. Went to MCT, of course, and Camp Geiger.
Get a little bit close to that microphone.
Oh,
sorry.
There you go.
It's
is it better for you?
Almost suck on it, but like pretend.
Just if you slide your butt cheek over.
Oh, you got to sanitize that one.
I know. Slide your butt cheek over, and then it'll get right up into you.
Right here?
There
like
you go.
This?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, boot camp 2008. Went to Camp Geiger. Went to Pensacola, TS, SCI.
I was in Pensacola for a little bit.
Yeah,
but
Peacola's Corey Station Detachment, and
I was there they throw me in the water and tell me to survive. Water survival is down there.
Yeah,
lots of fun.
So then I went from Pensacola to Camp Johnson.
What was your MOS?
So my original MOS was 2621, which is Intel Analyst SIGINT.
Cool. Beeps and squeaks type of stuff?
Yeah,
like that's
so
what we call it in the Air Force.
Yeah, frequencies, yeah.
That's cool.
And then, more about when you get into it, satellites and things like that. And
sure.
PSK, FSK,
all
these interesting things.
That's one of those jobs where you're like, oh, this totally translates to the civilian world.
Yeah, so the crazy thing is you would think that it would.
Oh, I was joking. I don't see how it could.
Right? So the thing, like you have Linux, Unix is what you learn, the system on. It's such an old computer. I mean, it's like the old brick computers which you're learning on. For code, to break codes.
Yeah.
And, you're like, oh, yeah, Linux, Red Hat and Apple and Android. And then it's like, no, we don't use that anymore. So
yeah. Some people do, right? Some people,
stuff.
you can get Linux machines and stuff. I know there's some weird people.
So my dad has one of those, a Linux-based machine. So anyway, back to, so I went to Camp Johnson. No, I'm sorry. I went to Courthouse Bay. Out there on the beautiful Camp Lejeune, Courthouse Bay.
Courthouse Bay.
Lejeune.
Combat
It's pronounced
Engineer
Lejeune.
And then I got injured and ended up going to admin. Did admin for a couple months and then got out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, admin is completely horrible. I've obviously told the story how I had to sit the ops desk in the, what do we call it, the XO job. Basically, I was pushing paper, and my commander was like, we can probably keep you in, but you're going to be doing this for the rest of your career. And I was like, dude,
I'm ready to go.
I will shoot myself. There's no way I can freaking do this for the rest of my life. And he's like, okay, I'm clear. See you later. So when did you hear about Irreverent Warriors?
So it was December. What was it, babe? December.
When you say babe, I think you're talking to me.
That too. She can't hear me.
She's listening to the show. Babe is listening to the show.
I believe in December of 2019, my roommate pretty much committed suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Pretty much, or...
So there's, levels to suicide for me. There's chemical suicide, which I like to call it, which is like when someone does something that they normally wouldn't do and then they die from it.
Okay.
It's kind of like they wanted to do that. And
okay.
There were some signs of, I'm going to do this substance because I know it's going to kill me and I'm ready to die.
Okay.
So that's why I say chemical suicide.
Okay.
So he killed himself, and I reached out to someone in the USMC Vets group on Facebook, which I am part of their help group as well, for when we have suicidal thoughts and homicidal ideations, things like that. For
what's that Facebook group again?
So it's USMC Vets, and it's on Facebook. I think it's got 200,000 members.
Cool. Look it up. USMC Vets. Jeremy, pull that up on the. Can't you do the little typer type thing?
I'm looking up now.
All right, continue.
So Michelle Madison in Winston-Salem actually told me, hey, there's this crazy group of guys and women, and they wear really short shorts and combat boots, and they go on these hikes, and they have a great time. And she's like, you should hook up with them. And I know a guy, and his name is, I forget his name. She's like, he's a real asshole.
Me?
No, I'm just
Kevin
kidding.
Sullivan?
It's Jeremy. So she's like, you should get up with Jeremy. So I was like, okay. So I texted him, and I said, hey, what are you doing? He said, actually, tonight you should come out. We're watching Vet TV, A Grunt's Life.
Oh, yeah. So did you go over at Revival 1869?
No,
it was,
we did the second one in Instill.
With
I
Eric
wasn't there for
Tansey.
that one.
It was with Tansey.
I think I was out of town.
Is it this group?
Huh? Yeah. Is it? How many members are there?
69. 69,000.
It would be 69. I don't know if that's the one. There's two of them, but anyway. So
yeah.
Watch Grunt's life. She came with me. Her dad is actually a Vietnam combat vet.
Okay, so it didn't freak her out.
No, she was laughing, and I was like, I'm definitely going to marry this girl.
I mean, there's just...
she's sick.
That is the... I mean, I don't know a sicker movie. I mean, people are even like, oh, Range 15. Dude, Range 15 is like Disneyland compared to A Grunt's Life. Yeah, no, if you can... When we were showing it over at Mike's bar, Mike from a Revival 1869, check him out if you want. That was last week's episode. But he's a Marine, and he let us show the movie there. And I'm like, are you sure you want us to show this movie? And he's like, yeah, it'll be great. And I'm like, all right. And so we're showing the movie, and the civilian lady comes in right at the scene where he's masturbating over a dead body. And I'm like, huh?
I wasn't watching that. That's gross.
And she walked out. I'm like, good Lord. So let's get into, because I realized we're pushing on time here. Tell us about Pittsburgh. How the hell are you in charge of Pittsburgh? You're down here.
Yeah, so, I flew in from Pittsburgh. Oh, wait, no, I'm actually from Raleigh. I forgot. So I live right down the street, actually, from Sullivan and Jeremy. So what happened was... So last year I was at the Wilmington hike, and Mama came along, and I said, hey, Mama, it'd be great to have a Pittsburgh hike. And she was so busy in the hike,
right? She
heard me, and she acknowledged that she heard me. But there was someone else that came to her and said, hey, we should do a Pittsburgh hike. And she was like, you're like the third person that said that. Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I came out of MEPS at. I graduated from high school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So my whole family's there, except for my mom and me. And
you kind of have, though, a Raleigh accent.
I do, but I don't. When you listen to me on video, you will hear a very Pittsburgh accent.
Pittsburgh's a very unique accent. You can totally hear it on some people.
We're going to go down and sit on the couch down there, and Yins come out to the hike.
Yins, yep.
So, that's...
My wife's from Erie, which is more of like a Buffalo nasally type of accent.
So she's from Buffalo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice the accent. Usually it's like nails on a chalkboard. No offense. But all my relatives are, hey, where's your... No, now I'm doing my mom.
Here, come on. You're coming
where's
back.
your Uncle Tom? Tom, are we going down? Can you go to Tops and buy some pap?
Can you get some pap? It's soda.
Go to Taps. Get some pap. Giant eagle.
The big bird, yeah.
Tell us about Pittsburgh. What can people expect at that hike? Hey, true story.
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare.
I rode my bike.
Fucking.
Through Pittsburgh. It's like, well, we bring this up at every show because I've ridden my bike across the country. Did I tell you the story?
I fucking quit.
I rode my... But no. Hey, okay, the reason why I bring that up, though, is I didn't realize, because we came out of the Alleghenies, and then we hit Pittsburgh. I'm like, what's all these mountains? Mm-hmm. It was just like, it was horrible riding through Pittsburgh. So I assumed the hike, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs and all sorts of good stuff.
No, so actually... Pittsburgh is actually smack dab in the middle of mountains, but the actual city is flat.
Oh, okay. So it's coming through the suburbs, or what do you want to call them?
The boroughs.
The boroughs. Yeah, it's a little hilly.
I had another friend that just came back too, and he said, I didn't know Pittsburgh was in the mountains. And I thought, have you never looked on a map?
Yeah. Yeah, you really don't think about it until you see the Alleghenies. And you're like, these are they're 5,000, 4,000 feet maybe, but they're legit mountains. I remember it sucked riding bikes over them July.
And what you can expect at the hike, I think right now we have 100 people that are signed up. I do have 20 luggage tags if anybody would want to buy one. They're $10 a piece.
I don't have one yet, but I can't make your hike. Can I just get it anyways? And
I actually have a Raleigh one for you. I forgot to give it to you last
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
So what we're going to do,
if you ever make it to hike,
about 8 miles.
Can't make it to hikes.
Now, Pittsburgh is a little weird, too, because of the restrictions right now.
CDC just said everyone can go without masks. So yes. We are actually all without masks because of what CDC said.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is about 8 miles, and we're going to walk pretty much through the scenic route of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Which is the stadiums. We're going to take some photo ops.
It's beautiful down there. Three Rivers or whatever they call that.
Right at the head of the Three Rivers. We're going to take some pictures there.
You can even see Mr. Rogers.
Yes, Fred
Mr.
Rogers
yep.
is a Pittsburgh thing. And then God, what is his name? The Campbell Soup Man. What that painted it.
Oh, the guy with the white hair that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, but I can't remember his name now.
I see it. All sorts of drugs. He was like always on LSD.
Yeah, and he painted the Campbell soup cans. There's a whole museum in Pittsburgh for him.
Alan Alda. No, but that's what it's. I can't think of it. It'll come to me in a minute. We'll go there.
So also, our lunch sponsor, and it's kind of going to be a little strange, but is Permane Brothers.
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
Thank you.
There it is. Almost Alan Alda.
Yeah. So we're going to have Permane Brothers cater, which is a huge Pittsburgh staple. Pittsburgh Brewing Company, which is Iron Shitty or Iron City beer.
Okay.
Well, we call it Iron Shitty beer, or Monongahela River Water. They're actually going to be our water sponsor, which is really cool. I'm really glad about that. And then we're going to have a couple little stops.
Who's the Pittsburgh Steeler that was Army Ranger?
That is Villanueva.
Yeah, you guys should get him to show up.
I tried that.
Awesome.
I did talk to them. And we also have, we have some really cool raffle items that are going to be coming.
Nice.
Some cornhole boards and a couple other things.
Cool.
Signed pictures from some players. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. If you ever been to Raleigh, and you know me, we had a good time in Raleigh last year. Plan on having a good time in Raleigh this year. We also have, our meet and greet is actually Dan from Grunt Style's brother is actually catering our meet and greet because he actually lives right around the corner from Pittsburgh.
John from Grunt Style. I just made that. What's his name?
It's Sean.
Sean from Grunt Style.
Sean, but he's not from Grunt Style.
Such a weird last name.
Yeah. So I don't even want to pronounce the last name, but he owns Slice in New York, which is outside of Pittsburgh, and he's going to be catering that. And then one of our hikers' parents actually own a winery, and that's where our meet and greet is going to be. So it's going to be in Carnegie, which if you're not from Pittsburgh and you see,
Carnegie.
Oh my God, it's in Carnegie. How am I going to get there? Literally, Pittsburgh has like 15 different boroughs that are literally 5 seconds away from each other.
Yeah.
So when you see that, don't be like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get there. It's probably literally 5 minutes down the road.
Okay.
Not even 3 maybe. Actually, it's in Crafton. I said Carnegie.
Yeah, but he just said Josh Johnson said just say Crafton. Yeah.
Crafton, PA.
Okay.
So that's going to be May 28th, and that's going to be our meet and greet. And y'all come out, and we're going to have a good time and just enjoy ourselves, get to know each other. If you're new a hiker and I haven't met you yet, I'd love to meet you. So, yeah, we have a lot of good things going on for that hike. And
little over a week, not that far away. 3 hikes coming up that weekend, too. So choose wisely.
Go to Pittsburgh.
No, because then the guys who are doing the other ones would be like, what the hell?
Spokane and Milford are like, fuck you guys.
Go wherever you want to go, wherever your heart desires.
Yeah.
Maybe Disneyland.
Just not Milford or Spokane.
Maybe.
I will disown you.
Hey, Dan, we see you in the green room. We're going to pull you up here in just a second.
He's over
one
here
big
waving
thing.
like, paint me like one of your French girls.
One big thing. Dan from Grunt Style may tell you about the Pittsburgh hike is a sponsored Grunt Style hike. So
Oh, nice. Well, you know what?
We got some swag.
Let's
coming.
bring him on.
Hey, Dan,
Let's
you ready
bring
to go? I'm about to pull you up and not out.
Oh, wait. You just said a joke that wasn't funny. Hold on. Here we go.
No.
That's what I'm going to do from now on. You say a bad joke.
God
Oh, and then I couldn't even get it to do it again.
Fucked it up.
Ugh.
Shot and a miss.
The best part
great.
about that's a 50 cal. It comes back, smacks him in the head, and he just goes, "Oh, Willie."
Oh my God.
That's like the last thing you hear is some old guy saying, "Oh, Willie." Well, Willie learned a lot that day. Ricochets can kill, ladies and gentlemen. So watch your ricochets. Dan, we run a little bit late because we started. I don't know. You have your own podcast, so maybe you deal with a lot of this yourself, but none. Great.
He's like our production team.
He's
make
like,
sure of that.
he's like, hold on, turn the camera around. There's 47 people. There's guys with boom mics. There's people with fans. There's a fluffer. What? Okay.
Well, I mean, we don't have any officers on our team, so everything pretty much.
So wait a minute. You've been on for a while. Then you saw all this debacle of great. So Dan, so what do we call you? Dan, Eric, Dan from Grunt Style. He keeps saying Dan from Grunt Style. We don't use your last name, which is a smart move.
No,
Smart
yeah,
move.
yeah, no shit. Imagine being in the Marine Corps with that last name, right?
I know. I looked at it and I couldn't. I was like, I don't know what this is.
I was Corporal J for a long time. I was called J so much when I would come home on leave. People were like, Dan. I wouldn't even recognize him. Like, Oh yeah, that is my name.
That's funny. You joined Grunt Style back in 2017 as the media and content, director person?
Yeah, well, I worked up to that. I came on 2017 as the events media director, and then just worked my way up, and now I'm the director of social content and media.
Nice. I don't have a fancy title. They just say go live once a week. I'm Kevin from Go Live Once a Week.
I don't care about a title. I just do what I do. That's all it is.
That's a common thing for people to say when they're passed up for promotion. So, where?
Oh wait! I got 20. Wait,
there's 2. So where'd you grow up? What had an influence on you to join the service, join the Marine Corps?
Oh man! So I was born and raised in Bronx, New York.
I've heard of it.
Very, very, very diverse neighborhood, and then we moved to a very weird place called Manalapan, New Jersey. So you want to talk about a culture shock? That was a culture shock.
Well, now, what was different about Manalapan? What was versus the Bronx? Obviously, I mean, you're coming out of a borough of New York City. So
how do I put this? When you come from a very ethnical, diverse neighborhood that you grew up most of your life in, and you go to pretty much the birthplace of white chicks, you're the outcast.
Yeah. So basically, you go from really inner city to some suburb where there's lots of yuppie.
Lots of
kids.
Karens and Chads. Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You should see where I live. It is ridiculous. That's all. I walk around and it's like, hey neighbor, good morning, and I'm like, fuck you. I don't do that. I don't do that.
It's that officer veteran life, you know.
That's right. Yeah. Because it's like, yeah. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed, we are we're all wearing our Grunt Style tonight. Well,
I do.
Yeah, we did. I haven't seen this one in a while. It's the only Air Force one you have. But
we have a lot more Air Force now. We just got a contract with them.
Got the P-50 Mustang on the top there.
I showed off.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, there's Molly. Yes, I know, bro.
He's got it.
Don't worry.
He's showing us his belly.
I'm still coming to your hike. Yes, I'm still coming to your hike, Molly.
Don't worry. Do you know what? It's called the COVID 30, I think is what it's actually at this point. Everyone gained weight. Did you know the average person, I shit you not, the average person gained 30 pounds since the COVID lockdowns.
I weigh 220 now.
What did you?
I weighed 185, so that's 25.
There you go.
That's called good cooking. You're welcome.
And in America, that's the last thing we need. Listen, working in medicine. Did I ever tell you guys I'm a PA? Did I ever tell you I drove my bike across?
Fucking.
So
holy shit! All right. Nice flex, bro.
I know. What the heck? PA Walton is leaving. So now I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
Your bike and
my bike. God damn it. Let's just move on. What was your MOS?
Oh, me, shit. I was a 0311, 0352. Yeah. Beep, beep, drive. Watch everybody hump.
But 0311, that's cool, right?
Yeah, but I never humped. So it was cool.
Okay.
And then I was a security force guy, and then I wound up being pulled as 8152 CQB Marine. So
okay, that's cool.
A long time ago.
And for the Air Force, that's a close quarter battle.
Yep, that's correct.
That's all they taught us in the C-130, because we had to be proficient with the M9, because the only reason why we would ever shoot, you crash, you're just running, because what are you going to do with the M9? You're going to get your head cut off. Shoot yourself, I guess. But they would teach us CQB in a cockpit situation. It was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. Let's go back to the day you signed your life on the line. What goes through your head? Are you like, I just got to get out of here? Or are you like, I want to, whatever you guys do, that noise?
Wow. Yeah. That's a great question. Yeah. Honestly, I had family that were Marines, and, when you grow up in an area where it's just like everybody's kind of eating out of a silver spoon, and you don't come from that privileged family. And I was offered a scholarship to college and stuff like that, but it just wasn't my calling. My calling, and it was join the Marines, like some of my family. And I did, and I never looked back. Nothing of my high school life even appealed to me at that point.
Sure. Yeah, I remember having a discussion with my friend when I was thinking about joining, and some people just don't understand that. They just don't understand that. I don't know what you would call it. It's not wanderlust. It's like, I remember telling him, I said, if I'm here in a year, then I'm a fucking failure. I don't want to be here in a year. I need to do something. And there's something about that with veterans and, well, active duty too, that you have to leave. You have to kind of see what else is out there.
It's a calling. Yeah. It's your calling.
Sure. Yeah. What was the first moment in your career in the military where you're like, oh shit, this is for real. This is the military.
So there's always that first night in boot camp,
where
you're laying down after all the mayhem and you're staring up at the ceiling. You're like, you're a fucking idiot, bro. Like, what did you do?
Why did I do this?
You're like, what the hell did I get myself into? But there've been many times after that, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of in-betweens, and but it's something that shapes your life. That first night in boot camp, I think, changes everybody's life more so than graduating. It's that first night where you realize, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm gonna do this, or I fucked up and I'm gonna quit. And
is there any way you can quit? Does anyone ever? I know people get kicked out, right?
Oh man. Oh my God, I have some crazy stories. Yeah, people do quit.
I didn't know they could. I thought once you signed your name, you're screwed.
We had one guy was like so effed up and scared in his head. Like the drill instructors were we're talking the late 90s, late 90s.
He's old. He's old like me. Love this guy now.
The drill instructors were barking at him and he's freaking out like this. They were just going woof, woof. And he's like he was out. And then one night in the middle of the night, MP stormed the barracks. The one nerdy little kid with the birth control glasses gets ripped out of his freaking rack, thrown in handcuffs. Boom, 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 boom. He literally murdered 3 people, joined the Marine Corps the next day, tried to escape through boot camp, and it caught up with him 2 months later. He gets ripped out of boot camp after 2 months. It was great.
Do you know cool. Do you know what's crazy is the gangs, like inner city gangs, actually send people through cartels to learn training. Yeah. That's like a legit thing. Yeah. So you got the guy next to you could literally be a gangster, and they go so deep that they could do a 4-year career, be freaking shiny boots and great EPRs and all that stuff, and then get out and now they're I don't know how the rank structure works in gangs. I haven't been in one in a while.
I don't know.
When I was in, I had and I won't put any certain entity out there, but I had a guy that was associated. That was associated. That was in a gang. Yeah.
We got to ask Russ about that. Because I know I don't want to blow up his spot, but he's got an interesting story about that.
I don't know. One of the guys in boot camp is like blood in, blood out. I was like, I don't know what that means. I watched American Me a year later.
That's funny. What was your most profound takeaway from service?
Good or bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the best is the brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's something you can't compare. I don't care. All right. Nothing against, people that go to college and join fraternities and stuff like that. That's that kind of brotherhood, but there's a different kind of brotherhood when you're eating that shit sandwich with the guy to the left and right of you. And that never changes. And you meet people along your whole career, your whole path that either get it or don't. And not everybody loves you in this world. People are going to hate you because, let's face it, nobody hates a successful veteran like another veteran. However,
fuck Matt Best.
No,
I'm joking. It's a joke.
Oh my God! I like the guy.
I know, I do too. It was really. I meant Nick Palama
Pamasciano.
Thank you. I'm joking.
I think one of the biggest things for me was the reason why I got out is I saw some of the most effed up stuff due to politics happen to some great Marines that were at the wrong place at the wrong time because of politics and because we have a base here or a base there. They got really messed up. They got screwed over.
Sure.
And that's where I saw some situations where I'm like, you know what if that was me? My government's not going to take my back after I'm going to give my life for it. I'm out.
Yeah.
But it's a fine balance. I'm so proud of what I've done and where I've been and stuff like that. But there are other underlying reasons that people don't talk about that freaking happen that are fucked up. And that's why I got out.
Okay.
So the Marine Corps, I think it's the same thing. I kind of agree with that. Like the camaraderie is the biggest thing. Like when I talk about the Marine Corps, it has nothing to do with the actual Marine Corps. It's all about my boy that I was with, or that's what it's about. It's not about and people think like Marines, all they want to talk about is the Marine Corps. I don't give a shit about the Marine Corps. I care about my brothers.
Yeah.
But the Marine Corps, you got politics and stuff like that.
Well, we had guys, we called them company men, and they were the ones who were so hell-bent on being Air Force whatever, right? And they just followed all the rules. Their haircuts were perfect. They you know what? No one wanted to go into combat with them. There was no desire because it felt like they didn't, there was no cohesion amongst the unit. Because when you're flying an airplane at 200 feet or 125 feet into a place where people are shooting at you, I don't care about your OPR. I don't care about your EPR. I don't care that you're up for a E9 board. I don't care about any of that. Just don't kill me, and we're cool. And most of those people, the guys who could do that, they weren't the ones who were going for E9 or 05 or 06 or whatever. They were the ones who maybe missed a few ranks.
Maybe they have 2 NJPs.
Yeah, maybe a few of those. But you know what? They gave a shit about you, and they gave a shit about their job.
Damn right.
And that's what it was focused on. But I digress. Day 1, morning 1, you're officially a civilian again. The sun comes up, the alarm goes off. What next?
Wow. I said, wow, I'm married to this fat bitch.
Yo.
I think that's the best answer yet. It's the best answer yet. Whew, I take it you're not married anymore.
That was no. All right, let me back up. That was a joke.
It was funny. It was good.
You know Mary's going to kill you, right?
Whoa.
What happened?
That's
It was a joke.
That's the dream woman. All right.
Hold on a second.
It took 2 to get to.
I got it. Shit, why isn't it playing? There we go.
It's because you're not riding the bicycle to get it to fucking play.
Willie.
Oh, Willie.
Oh, Willie.
Oh, Willie. Come on, that's funny. You know I'm going to get a lot of good use out of it.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Now I lost what I was thinking about. Oh, day 1. Oh, do you know what we used to say?
One.
We used to call it the BX10. Or I think you guys call it the PX, or do you call it the BX?
The PX.
The PX. So the PX10 is, you got the enlisted dude who's like 130 pounds soaking wet, tall guy with his wife.
Oh my God.
250.
Yes.
Hey, check out the PX10 over there.
No,
Anyways, let's move on. What? No,
when
go
I
ahead.
got out, I was married to a woman that was naval intelligence, and I took a contract in Italy where she was stationed. And then I found out, the whole 8 months we were away from each other, she slept with just as many men, which you find out from your friends because it's a small world.
Because they were sleeping with her. No, I'm just kidding.
No, probably. I mean, everybody else was. Why not them? At that point, whatever. Did my time out there, and I moved back to New York. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I moved to Pittsburgh for 8 months. Monroeville, to be honest.
Where your brother is.
Yeah, most miserable place on the face of the planet, but I kind of like it.
Sean Grunt Style, which is ironic because you work there. But again, I digress. Tell us about full Gruntle. Like, how'd you go from a recent discharged veteran to a podcast host? I mean, it's not a normal transition.
Oh, it was a crazy trip. I'll try to tell this as quick as I can. All right, so got out of the Marines, moved to Monroeville. I was a security and front desk at the Monroeville Marriott. Whoa, fucking high-speed shit right there, right? Mm-hmm. Now, started going to culinary school. I love to cook. Learned to cook in Italy and stuff like that. About a week into culinary school, my friend called me up. He's like, dude, I got a job for you in New York. I'm like, okay, great. I just started school. What is it? He's like, brick and concrete sales. I'm like, all right, whatever. This is like 2004. And I'm like, what does it pay? He goes, $75K a year plus commission. I'm like, let me do the math here. It'll take me about 18 years and fucking sleeping with a stinking leprechaun to make that much money in the culinary world.
Sure.
So I packed up my truck and I was there 3 days later. Within that time, I got remarried, had a child, toxic marriage, eating drinking myself to death. So I was up to like 315 pounds, something like that.
No shit, really?
Yeah. I'll show you my old picture. I was a
How much do you weigh now?
bastard.
You look like what, 180, 190?
No, thank you for the flattery. I'm about, I just went back on my diet. Okay, the Atkins. I'm on like 210 right now.
Truly. The
Whatever
camera's
these
not up,
things.
so you don't see this.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
look,
I don't know
he's
what
drinking
these
one too.
I was going to say, that's why I blocked it out, so we didn't
No,
want to show the world.
this is the only thing alcohol we had upstairs in the Glenn's office, the CEO's office.
No, I went so far deep Air Force into my diet that it's like strict paleo, I'm not going to use the G word because that's offensive. It's so
Gross?
gross. I'll use that word. Use that word because I don't mind. I think Mali is mouthwateringly gorgeous, and it doesn't make any difference what's going on.
So
He likes it.
So there I was, just like any other veteran in a toxic marriage and miserable, drunk off my ass. And I came across a podcast link on my Facebook. It was actually a live show. So I was listening in. These guys were just a bunch of douchebags. And I would like call into their show and just mess with them nonstop, drunk off my ass, just messing with them. Finally, they found me, hit me up, and like, hey, this actually works for us. You want to create some content for us and be a part of the show? I'm just like, no, but okay, I'll just call up and be a dick, And went up doing that for them for a little while, and I caught on. I'm like, hey, I can do this podcast stuff. Whatever. Tried, failed miserably.
Oh, yeah.
With a friend of mine.
Everyone thinks they can do it. Everybody thinks they can do it until a mic's in front of them. And they're going, so,
and your heart's pounding. Yeah. You're entertaining 4 people, and you're like,
yeah.
What am I going to do? Hey, man, what was your most favorite time in the Marine Corps? Yeah.
Or they tell inner jokes, whatever those are called. Jokes that are
inside jokes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Inside
Inner
jokes.
jokes.
you can't
Like,
you can't do personal stuff.
Hey, pizza frisbee, right? Like, what?
Hey, man,
What are you talking
what's your favorite
about?
pizza?
Oh, this guy with the
Pepperoni.
with the pineapple. Oh,
Yes, pineapple does belong on pizza. Sean, I know you're listening. Fuck you.
does not.
No, it does not.
Yes,
you
it
guys.
does. 100%.
I'm going to pull him down real quick.
You're gone. Thank you for the interview. So anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I went up one with my brother and my uncle, and we almost had Tito's as a sponsor.
Oh,
And then
nice.
my brother Sean, the pizza guy, fucked it all up for us. I love you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did big time. I was like, guys, let's not curse this show. I got Tito's listening. But Sean was Joey's songs at that time and made a song saying, fuck. I'm sorry. I don't know if you curse here or not.
Yeah, we don't curse at all.
Fuck, we do. Yeah, we do.
All right.
Hold on, I got to beep all that.
Sorry.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
No, so in that time, I met some friends through, podcast Facebook groups. I'm linked up with some good friends that became really good friends, some comedians out of California. And we started a show called Late Night Incorrectness. And that on Saturday nights took off. We had like good comedian guests, Nick Swartz and some really, really good, like mid-level to high comedians. And that really took off. And then I started doing something called the Veteran's Voice on there. And I would bring on some veteran friends that had some cool experiences, but we would start joking and the comedians wouldn't get it. And they just didn't understand that vet humor and that vet kind of thing. So I was like, maybe this isn't for me. Like, it was cool. It was fun. So I started at that time. We're now talking 2009, 2010 and 11-ish, where all the big vet companies started up. Like, everybody started getting really big and popular. So I hit up all these vet companies. Like, hey, you want to do a podcast? You want to do a podcast? You want to do a podcast? One got back to me, not Grunt Style. One got back to me. I will never name again. And they were pretty big at the time. Their page was almost 1 million people. And we started a podcast. And within 3 months, it was top 50 and 100 in iTunes for 6 months straight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're talking 180 to 225,000 downloads a week.
Wow. What was the name of it again?
I'm not saying it. I'm not giving them any sort. No.
Okay.
They use the fuck out. They used me. They made a lot of freaking money. They raised a lot of money on their false pretenses for their organization. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They don't deserve even they don't even deserve a fuck you. They tried to sue me when I left. and a cease and desist.
We'll have to on a hike someday. I'm sure we'll be.
We'll
on a
talk
hike.
about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he ever goes to one.
That's
I'll be in
Jeremy.
Pittsburgh. Actually,
I
I'm not going to Galveston. I'm going to Wilmington.
Oh, nice! Really? All right, now I gotta go because
Wilmington's gonna be a great hike.
I always tell people we're on the show I'm gonna go meet him on a hike. So at least this one's close. I can make that one. In doing that, I met Tim Jensen because Tim knows everything that happens in Vec music. This is cool. He came on as a guest a whole bunch of times. We helped promote Grunt Fest 1 for Grunt Style and everything like that. After I quit, him and a lot of people was like, dude, you're not quitting this shit. Start your own damn thing. I was like, all right, cool. I'll do it. So I started. Sometimes you got to do that. Right?
Yeah. I started Vet Radio Syndicate. I was working with Grunt Style at the time, John Burke, Awesome Shit, my drill sergeant said, US Army What the Fuck Moments, the original crew with my boys, 5 Bravo. And literally we went from 5 big shows to almost 40 shows a week.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Wait
it was
a minute.
A whole network. I wasn't doing them all.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, holy mackerel.
So my mission became to help veterans learn how to podcast, do live radio and stuff like that, because live is a different game. Podcasting, right? Anybody can sit there and record for 20 hours and cut it down to your best 45 minutes.
100%, and make yourself sound like a rock star. You can edit out all the shit, like how we started this show. We're live. What can we do? We had that whole fuck up. We're like, we just got to do it. We just got to do it.
And the fuck ups are the best part.
Oh yeah. You're absolutely 100% right. Yeah. And do you know what's funny though? I do enjoy those long form where I can edit it down and make it sound good. I kind of miss that because I felt like I was learning more from other veterans because like we got Andrew Biggio coming on and he wrote that book, The Rifle. Now, normally I would sit down because remember I was an officer. I would read the book from front to back.
Read book?
And then
read?
Movies come from good book.
Does it have pop-up pictures? Yeah. That's what I need.
No, look, I'll show you. We have books here. But and then I would have to, take notes and then sit down and would get into these real deep conversations, and I would take away from that. But you know what? The world has NPR. The world has all that stuff. They have Joe Rogan. If you're enjoying it, that's fine. But if you're trying to break into that world, it's nearly impossible at this point. So like you just have to do what the audience wants, and the audience wants me with my shirt off, which I haven't done yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I've been waiting to see that.
We will do it in a little bit. Okay, sorry.
So from there, I met Tim, and so then when Facebook Live first came out, like it was the new thing. I got a little inside tip from some friends about OBS. So we were probably one of the first, us and US Army What the Fuck Moments radio, the original crew, not the current crew, you fucking piece of shit colonel and sergeant majors that actually run that page and you hide behind. Oh, I fucking hate you all. Anyway, so we started, we figured out how to do live shows in the vet community on Facebook Live. Take calls, we would share information. It was a different game back then. It's not as easy. I'm not saying it's easy now, but it was very hard back then because you had to link 3 different computers. You were linking via Skype. You want to take a call, you have to have a different computer on a different Skype to take the call, patch it in. It was just crazy at that time, but we figured it out.
Couldn't do it without a production crew. You need a production crew with that level of
did it myself.
No shit.
Figured I had 3 computers, 4 different programs running, doing like this and hosting at the same time. Wow. That shit was hard.
Ron Ripley, if you're watching, take note. Take note, Mr. Ripley.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, it's not easy because, people are talking and you're trying to, troubleshoot a camera or something. And then you're like, what? It's so obvious that you're
levels.
Or that you forget that you're muted.
Yeah, or you forget that you're muted.
Forget it.
Fucking.
And I have someone that's supposed to check that stuff. And
well, that's your computer.
He is.
He had his computer up. He had pulled it up and completely forgot.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking resumes starting this afternoon, this evening.
Who are willing to come to Kevin's house?
Ooh, it's all awkward
act
now.
on the casting couch. And do their work.
Dan's
don't
like,
poach any of my people, man.
Dan's like, should I just go? Or all right, sorry. Go ahead. So then,
so in that time, Tim called me up. He's like, "Hey, can you do this live shit from an event?" I'm like, I don't freaking know. I was like, sure, I can figure it out. So Grunfest 2, it wasn't just an event. It was an event on Blarney Island in Chicago, which is a barge a mile out into the freaking lake with almost no Wi-Fi. Figured it out, did it. And Grunt Style started contracting me to do a lot of their events, do podcasts from their events, come hang out and stuff like that. And it wound up turning into, God, almost over a 2-year job interview. They felt like, hey, what's it going to take for you to work here? I was like, this, and this.
$1 million.
I mean, I was at Grunt Fest 7 in Raleigh. It was pretty good. It wasn't like spectacular from the ones I've seen before, but
wasn't my favorite.
I would have liked to see some of the previous ones where you have bands. You guys had POD at one of them. It was great.
that was Colorado Springs, man. I was so high. That was such a great time.
I was seeing the others, and we're like, man, Raleigh got gypped.
Raleigh was more like a club. It was
at Solas Club. It was on the top floor, and
wasn't my
we
favorite.
got gypped. Thanks, Grunt Style. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
I was still contracted by then. I wasn't working there at that time.
There you go. It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Let me ask this question. How do you think being creative can help veterans? And I only bring that up because there's no shortage of creative veterans out there. And we mentioned earlier Matt Best, but you got the Drinking Bros, you got Black Rifle Coffee, you got TMR. Anyone you can think of, if you sit there, you could write down 100 different veteran
it's opportunity.
Creators.
If you're creative, but you can't pigeonhole yourself. You have to see the opportunity. If you don't see opportunity and jump at it and have the balls to take it, you think I wanted to leave a 15-year union invested job to come work for Grunt Style? That was a hard decision.
Sure.
But you know what? Saw the opportunity, took it, and it's benefited. Same thing like Matt Best, like Black Rifle, literally built that company off the back of Matt Best. He sees this opportunity. He knew he had it. He's like, hey, let me do something bigger than just being a internet celebrity. He built a $100 million a year company.
Yeah.
Off of blowing shit up and having fun on media.
Know. You watch that and I get so, now this sounds wrong when I say it, but I don't mean it like this, but you get so jealous because I'm like, man, I wish all day I could go on a range and blow shit up and laugh with my boys.
Yeah.
What
they figured out was ammo.
Yeah, we could if we could figure out how to get paid for this. All these 503(1)C 9er 85 stuff.
That's the thing, though. You got to remember, with love comes hate. For every 100 people that love you, there's always one that wants to kill you.
I get emails. I just dump them, though.
I want to kill everybody. I just don't.
So many veterans hate on success of veterans. It's like, bro, I'm happy for people.
Dan, hold on. Mali just said something. I just got to do something real quick.
Sorry, Mali.
That wasn't supposed to be funny. I was being serious.
Oh, sorry. He said something and no one picked up on it, so I had to do that.
He said I want to kill people, but I don't.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I just want to use that. I just want to use that all day.
Enough about me, but Reverend Warriors is, that's my shit, man.
Yeah, we're pretty sexy. Not gonna lie to you.
I love it. After my first hike, which I'm going to be honest, Donnie invited Tim and I out to the Chicago hike, and Tim's like, "You want to do a 12-mile ruck?" I'm like, "No,
no,
hell no." I was like, "Here's what we do." He's like, "Let's do the safety vehicle." We rented a fucking golf cart for a golf cart.
Seriously, and you were driving around on that?
I didn't know because when you don't know and you see all these rucks and everybody's wearing their 22 kilogram packs and all decked out and this and that, I'm like, I decided I have a D214. I'm not doing that shit no more.
Mine's like barely 5 pounds at best.
Yeah.
So
I have 24 pounds.
It's even funnier.
Good for you.
So
I remember we did that hike.
Oh yeah,
the ruck.
Yeah, that was rough.
My hip hurt for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we did a stupid. No, it's not stupid because they do great things. We did where is it?
It's right behind you. Go ruck.
Go ruck.
We did. Right, we did the Go Ruck with what's his name again? Jason McCarthy. Jason McCarthy, great guy. Was on the show. Check out him. Episode, I don't know, whatever. But
awesome.
Yeah, so you're right, man.
We drove the safety vehicle. I'm like, oh, we don't have to do this. So that we started walking, and having a good time. Then I got really into the hikes. So I still didn't know about the pack rule. So I would fly in and then stuff hotel pillows and a bottle of vodka in my pack to make it look like it was big and heavy.
You act all like, yeah.
Oh man, my pack's so heavy it's pillows.
Hey, do you want me to help you take it off?
That's
No, you're good. You're good.
Exactly what I say to people. So heavy, let me carry that.
You're pulling down the back of it. Being like, yes,
you
it is.
You got styrofoam plates in your plate carrier.
Can you please put that down, sir? No, it's heavy. Yeah. Let's do the rundown. It's after 9. Holy shit. Well, do you know what? I tell this to people. If you could see the amount of questions I have on here, but it always divulges. Divulge? No, it always cascades into random conversation. But
falls by the wayside.
But when that happens, we just say, hey, we're going to have you on again sometime. But we got to do the rundown. Here you go. Never, ever ask a Marine to do this.
Not sleep with his mom.
Damn.
Not sleep with his mom?
That's savage.
Holy mackerel.
Great answer.
I think we should just end this show.
That's it.
I don't.
All right, so have a good night, guys.
Yeah, part of me is disturbed. The other part is slightly turned on. I don't know what that means.
I can give you her
Someone
number if you
explain that
want.
to me. What is the best song of all time?
Eagles, Hotel California.
That was for him,
No.
Dick.
Yeah, come on. Jumping on there.
I'm gonna go with Master of Puppets, Metallica.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good. We happen to be drinking some Blackens.
It's so good.
Nice.
They're
I'm
they're
gonna smoke
sponsor.
a cigarette
No,
in,
I'm just kidding.
in
They're
the
not.
building. I'm not supposed to do this, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh yeah, I had a question. Now that you say that, because I assume you're at the tail end of your day here. Do you guys go live every day?
We used to go live once a week.
Uh-huh.
When COVID hit, we set up the whole studio in Tim's garage.
Okay.
And we went live every day for 67 days straight during COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
3 times a day. Not me personally, but we did it once a day. But we had 3 shows 3 times a day. Tim did twice a day. And we just kept it going. We're thinking about changing it up. They just gave me a lot of money to rebuild all the studios, so it's not a bunch of pallets and some painted drywall. So
Looks good. Studio looks good.
yeah, every day.
Yeah. But I mean, we went I was doing one show every 2 weeks to COVID hit. COVID is really, I mean, come on, we could talk about it for hours, but I mean, what's the whole idea of this show? It's to connect with veterans, bring them out of isolation, start talking, keep people engaged. And we're like, wait a minute, people engage on Facebook. Like 1,000 to 1 on just a pre-recorded podcast. So then it just became a thing, and then a weekly thing. And man, I'm telling you, a weekly show, I feel like we were just here. Like it's a ton of work, and people don't realize if it's not your full-time job.
But don't forget about your civilian support. Like, hey, dude, I'm veteran to a T, all about veterans and stuff like that. But you know what? People ask me all the time, like, can civilians wear grunt styles? Like, fuck yeah, they can.
Tell that to my son. Yeah. He's not a veteran yet.
So
and I had somebody on a hike ask me, he's like, hey, Dan, how do you really feel about civilians wearing grunt style? I was like, how do the Pittsburgh Steelers feel about you wearing their insignia on your hat?
That's perfect.
Yeah, you're not on the team. You don't play on the field, but you support the team.
Sure. Yeah.
Be happy. There are people that support our team, especially today. So when I see somebody wearing grunt style, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You're good, man.
When I see somebody wearing grunt style, civilian or not, I'm like, all right, they're on my team. They support our team.
Sure.
In a world where, on the flip side, their cousin is wearing a shirt that says "fuck veterans."
My wife wears oh my God, Becky, look at his beard shirt. It's a Grunt Style one. I'm like, yeah. I guess I got it for her for Mother's. No. It was her birthday. Awesome. I would do that for Mother's Day.
So funny enough, last year, Russell and I think another person, we were doing Raleigh hike planning, and we were walking by. We were going to the Raleigh Beer Garden right before they fucked us over. There were 2 guys that were at the local bar at I think it's Alchemy that's right next door, and they were wearing Grunt Style shirts and military style haircuts, bigger dudes, etc. Because I know I'm a small guy. We walked up, we're like, "Hey man, you guys veterans?" They're like, "No, we just support it." No idea who the fuck they are. They're random fucking people. They're civilians, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we support and we love vets." And we're like, "Wow."
Yeah, it kind of it's become, the brand is if. I mean, think of all the big brands that are out there, veteran-wise, like Ranger Up, Article 15. I can't think. AS, all the what you said earlier, all the shit, awesome shit my drill sergeant said.
Yep.
You got things like that, but Grunt Style has literally become the like the brand. Yeah. Like you see it and you're like, oh, that person supports veterans 100%. And it's so, I mean, where is it on this side with the crossed muskets and everything? I mean, it really just stands out. Who do you know who developed that logo? Cause it's freaking brilliant. That
was our founder, Dan Alaric, still chairman of the board to this day. He's an former Army drill instructor and or sergeant, wherever they call it, Army. I don't know Army stuff. Drill sergeant. They got numbers, names, 47 different unit freaking codes, whatever.
11 Bravo.
But it just kind of, I think one thing that separated us from everybody else is we just became inclusive to everybody. You know, same thing like IW. Like we're nothing. The hikes are nothing without the volunteers. Volunteers are military. They run the hikes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like so many people in this day are so like, I don't know why they're so like anti-civilian. I'm like, embrace the ones that support us. Even the term, thank you for your service. Yes. We all hate hearing it. It's an automated response, but you know what? Let's be thankful that people today, not in the gold freaking ribbon day when everybody had a sticker on their car in 2003, 2004. Today, be thankful people say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine not having any support?
Do you know what? That was, I mean, Vietnam. Yeah. That was one of the hardest things. So I always tell people this podcast has helped me as a person grow a lot. I was one of those people that were like, if someone was like, thank you for your service, I'd be like, okay. And then I'd come home and be like, what the fuck did that guy do? Where was he? Did he fly bodies out of Baghdad 60 days straight? And then I was like, I would get really angry. And then I don't remember who it was. It was just someone I interviewed was just like, they're like, no, shithead. You know, it's not about you. Just let them say what they say. And I don't know. It went on from there. And I kept getting that response from people. And I was like, okay. And now I don't care. I mean, it's, you know, it's
thank you for your support.
I say thank you, but in my mind, I'm like, I really think of my brothers that died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In my mind, I say that, but I don't thank me, thank my brother.
But that's common.
But I don't say that to them.
Yeah.
But it's in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know,
among the voices,
they're doing their best.
Big shout out to Mali doing the freaking Pittsburgh hike, man. I'm stoked. I'm ready to come out.
Yeah,
there you
go.
It's
gonna be awesome.
There you go.
And we're also doing the Raleigh hike, but
and I guilted my brother into donating pizzas. By the way, I'm like, hey, you piece of shit. Like, you want to be shamed?
Remember that time you got Tito's taken away from me? Donate pizza now.
What? Tell me about this, right? Since you're the creative director of operations, since you do the creative,
know what I do anymore.
You do the creative part of that. So you had mentioned veteran humor and how it's obviously way different than civilian humor, and they don't quite understand it. Do you think that, like, when you make your videos and stuff, I assume your target audience is people who want to buy Grunt Style. Do you feel that the veteran humor that might come out, I don't know, a leprechaun pissing in a bucket that's or that has a green shit streak, do you think that brings civilians closer to understanding us or driving them further away, saying, I don't want anything to do with those dudes?
So I don't even know what I do here anymore. I run a lot of teams. I run social media and video media. Believe it or not, working for Grunt Style is just more than travel the country, having fun, going here, going that, drinking, blah, blah. No, actually, I drink less than I ever have now.
That's great.
I put in at least 80 hours a week. People don't understand. For every hour of funny content you see, there's 70 hours behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot behind it.
My teams are about 15, 16 people now. There's a lot of leadership that comes with it, but when we build content now, there's a lot of narratives we hit. So yes, we're always going to stay authentic to our veteran community. That will never, ever, ever change. However, we do have to also entertain the civilian side, first responder side, women, 18 to 24. There's so many different demographics you have to put in there, but we still, I get in trouble all the time because I still slip in that little bit of a veteran humor that nobody gets until it's too late and the video's already out and they're like, and I'm just like, whoops. You approved it. You approved it. Sorry.
Yeah. And especially in today's day and age, you know, you're like, it'll come out and you're like, did I just totally blow up my spot? Did I just destroy everything I worked for? But yeah. Anyways, it's 9:15. We kept you for a long time. Dan Eric, we won't say your real last name because none of us would be able to do that. People can find you. They just put in, do you know how I found you or I found your content? I just put in full Gruntle and it came up to your Facebook page. So I
stalked the shit out of you.
You want to just look up Grunt Style. I don't do that personal fan page bullshit. It's
You gotta know him to get the OnlyFans.
Wait, you don't have an Instagram page? How do you show your booty off to people?
I don't. I just
That's
have.
why he goes to hikes.
I have a personal page. I mean, that's a big thing. Like, back when I was with that other entity, I had a fan page. It went from like 3 people to 130,000 in like 3 weeks. And you know what? It almost honestly
OnlyFans.
Shh. It's just me eating shit and chicken wings. It almost destroyed my life. So. Yeah. I don't care. I do what I do for Grunt Style and the benefit of the company and the benefit of the veterans that we get to help because of what we do.
Awesome.
I don't care about personal. Hey, look at me. Hey, it's me. I'm Dan from Warner. Fuck that. I don't care about any of that crap. It means nothing to me. I care about
I was just going to say it's a healthy way to approach it, and it'll come out in your content, right? Because you can see those desperate people. Every now and then I'll pull up
everybody wants to be a vet celeb these days. I'm like, bro,
like, dude, Matt Best has that covered. We brought his name up a lot. It's a joke.
He's the godfather of it.
He is. Right? He really is.
You're never going to be Matt Best. There is good until there's another. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, until there's another major conflict. And things change right now.
Ukraine.
Unless you are the godfather of the barracks Marines, you're not getting popular. It's not happening.
Yeah, unless you're Donnie O'Malley. I forgot to mention him. The godfather.
That is just
of course.
Or like you guys like they've done. You create a brand that blows up.
Yeah, you got Matt, you got Donnie, you got Tim Jensen, you got all these names of these big companies.
Yeah, like. This is what I asked Dean Wagner when he was on. He does Authentically American, and I said, "Do you ever?" Because he does, your American-made veteran
shorts.
You have a pair of. All right, there you go.
Silkies.
So I always tell people, what do you tell someone that says, "Hey, man, I got this great idea for a T-shirt company. I'm a veteran." It's like, I don't know. What do you tell people?
I have a T-shirt brand, you know that, and I don't claim to be a.
No shit, do you?
Yeah, it's Swag Gang clothing company.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and I don't put on there that I'm a veteran or any of that.
Why don't I have one of your
It
shirts?
was good because, listen, how many veteran shirt companies have you seen start over the past 5 years? Coffee
47.
companies, power drink companies.
Yeah.
This companies. And you know what, though? Mali, you need help. You need support. Fucking hit me up, man. We'll give you advice. We'll help.
Yeah, my thing is, it's not just for veterans. Like, that's why I don't put, if I was targeting veterans, and that's what I would do. But my thing is like single moms,
everybody,
Christmas presents.
Nice.
Everybody. Yeah, I want everybody.
Yeah. Seriously, I got to get one of your shirts. We'll wear it.
And it's crazy because people are like, why aren't you just for veterans? Why are you supporting these these mothers? I was like, I like a good MILF. I'm sorry. I'm engaged
so do I,
to one.
which is why I'm happily married.
Yeah. I'm engaged to one. So
Me too.
Congrats again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I congratulate you on Facebook, but I'm banned again. So.
Oh shit! Again.
It's the second time in 3 months.
I actually met my fiance through Environment Warriors, so
she's great.
Congrats, man.
Nice.
She's awesome.
Very good.
She's an awesome person.
All right, Dan, we got to wrap it up. Thanks for coming on. I will see you at Wilmington. I'm gonna make it a point.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Then I'll see you at Wilmington with the big surprise. I'm not gonna say it. We'll say it in a couple of weeks when we have the coordinator on here. But yeah, I'll see you there. It'll be a good time. Maybe we'll have you in studio. That'd be sexy. I'm stealing Ron Ripley's sexy. He uses that all the time. But no, seriously, thanks for coming on. If it wasn't folks like you that share your time with us, there would be no show because my talent is not there. I'm like a talent vampire. I just got to pull other people who are talented.
I'm actually going to say you're pretty talented. I was going to say you need a job, bro, because I'm looking to fire myself from a lot of things. So.
Sweet. Depends. You're in Texas. Oh, I might be moving to Texas. For a new job, though.
Are you riding your bike there too?
I'm riding my bike. Never rode a bike. Never rode a bike in Texas. I can honestly say that. Have rode one in Pittsburgh. And
I do have one thing, Sully.
Yes, go ahead.
So there's also another thing that IW is doing in Pittsburgh is going to be a big.
Hold on. Let me do Jeremy's job for him.
Yeah.
Okay, now go.
No, see, this is the
Hey.
end.
So I did want to bring this up, and it's not fully evolved yet, but there are some things in the works. So if you're in recovery or you want to stay sober, we're doing a thing this year. There will be somebody at a hike that is sober. So these hikes aren't always just about drinking for us. I don't drink at hikes. I haven't drank in years. I'm 2 years clean, whatever. It's not really about me. Anyway, if you want to come to a hike and you feel like, oh, I'm out of shape, or I don't want to be around people that drink, or I don't want to do this, or da, like, just come out.
Yeah.
Because you never know who you're going to meet.
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, they're all drinking. And then there's me, and they're like, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, no.
No, and you don't have to. And so many people put up on their Facebook pages that they're sober for. Like I just saw Kyle Page.
Kyle Page, 6 months.
Yeah. So it's
Andrew
like
Farr.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Andrew.
Right?
Hey,
So,
you know what, Mali? If you need somebody to lead the pack on the sober group, I'll freaking do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sober by any means. I drink a lot, but I'll stay sober. I'll lead that whole shit. I'm not too afraid to admit
Your
it.
coordinators are all going to be sober at the hikes. That's the thing. They're all not going to be drinking. But it's called IW Recover.
Oh, cool.
And we have
so
a
is that
t-shirt.
official? Because I remember we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is. You just
Yeah.
brought it up.
So we have
IW Recover.
IW Recover. Not
Okay.
recovery, but recover.
Okay.
Because we all recover from different things: anxiety, depression, mental health, PTSD, TBI,
Yeah.
domestic violence.
All the above.
Everything.
Yeah,
We're
it's
all
not just one thing; it's everything.
and
correct.
recover.
Yeah.
Insomnia.
Yeah.
Stuff like
So,
that.
so with that in mind, don't forget. I mean, the whole purpose of this
Porpoise.
show, the whole purpose of this show is to, reach out. We don't want veterans to be isolated. That's the number one killer, as far as I'm concerned. I might be wrong with that, but reach out, call, text, smoke signal, throw rocks, go out like. I tried to do this joke last time, but I keep forgetting the name of the movie. Say anything. Go out with the boombox and just play "In Your Eyes" to your best friend in boot camp. Just play it in your trench coat. Is anyone picking up on? Hold on, I'll give
No,
you.
I know that.
no.
That's John
Yes.
Cusack.
Just play
Okay.
John Cusack.
just play the 50
Yeah,
clip.
hold on, I'll do this. It's, oh,
There you
No,
go.
no, we
Yep,
got
there-
it.
There it
No,
is.
I got it.
Breakfast Club. Yes, we got it.
No, it's not Breakfast Club. It's John Cusack.
Oh, I'm
right.
thinking of at the end when he's.
Yeah,
never
it's
mind,
John
that
yeah,
song.
That's
it's
right.
John
It's
Cusack.
right,
Yeah. But reach out. Don't let anyone go. I mean, and most of the time, like me, I'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "Shut up, I'm fine." And it's like, well, at least you reached out.
Yeah.
So do that. And that's my mom.
Did you say reach out or reach around?
Reach
Whoa.
both. Make sure you do everything.
So from mom, Jesus.
Yeah, and if you're gonna play your trombone, make sure it's rusty. With that said, let's play. I got a little movie I want to play us out with. We've been playing out with movies lately. This one, a little bit of Navy love today. I think they make a song, Navy Love. No,
Why? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say Old Navy's.
all right, guys. We'll see you next week. That's going to translate well for the people who are just listening to audio. You got to admit, though, this is so impressive.
This is dope.
Is he landing?
Yeah, he's landing.
Hell yeah.
He keeps looking off to his left. My only thoughts are maybe I'm gonna wait. Do we need to listen to the fucking? Hold on. There we go. We don't have to listen to all that noise. He's looking to his left. I'm guessing that's his wingman. They're probably flying in formation because he's not looking at the runway. But still, I mean, as a guy who's flown 1,200 hours in an aircraft, this makes no sense to me. I do not know how these guys do this, and it's freaking so impressive.
Lots of training.
Yeah.
Well, imagine going up and down on a ship. There's no real flat
Yeah.
surface, and then you have to land on that.
Yeah. They basically
Perfectly.
just crash land it and
But they
hope that the
also-
hook hits.
Slam it into full
Yeah, see
throttle
that?
first.
Yeah. Insane. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.